Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a what sold video, so I'm taking you through what has been selling for me on Poshmark, so from the 16th of October on through the 31st of October. And at the end of this video, you're going to get a sales report breakdown, so I'll show you how to use your sales report to get your number of days that it takes an item to sell, your averages, so your average earnings, how many offers you're receiving from your customers, just different pieces of data. So if you want to learn about what's been selling and how to use that sales report, then just keep watching. Now, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Adrienne Jewell. I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. This video, though, is going to be concentrating on Poshmark sales because Poshmark has a wonderful sales report that I want to show you how to use. So let's just get started with our sales for the month. So my last video covered the sales from the 1st to the 15th. This week's video is going to cover the sales from the 16th on to the 31st of October. All right, so let's get into our sales. So the first sale happened on October 17th, so no sales on October 16th. And it was a Simply Spring large floral tote, which was $10. This was an offer from someone. I accepted it because I had this for a very long amount of days, and I'll tell you how long in just a moment. So the fee was $2.95. So if you don't know, Poshmark charges a 20% fee or $2.95 when the sale is less than $15. So my earnings were $7.05, not a lot, but with this piece, I actually made a profit, so that's still good. I got a 5-star rating, and the total amount of time it took to sell was 150 days, so that's a long time. In my last week's video, I talked about how I probably need to start relisting my items because that's taken quite a long time to sell. So my next sale happened on October 18th. It was a Nike Pro Women's Hyper Warm Training Tights in a size large. This I showed in a live video, and someone was interested but didn't grab it. So it sold for $29, and this one I sent out as an offer to someone. So I paid $1.80. There was a $5.80 fee. So my total earnings were $21.80. I'm sorry, $21.40. And I got a 5-star rating for that piece. And it took 39 days for that to sell. The next sale happened on October 18th. It was a Pottery Barn Artichoke Salt and Pepper Shaker set, and that sold for $15. I talked about in my last video how you should really keep some home goods in your closet because these sell pretty quickly, and they're like $1 or 69 cents to pick up in the thrift store, so really good profits you can make on these. So Poshmark fee was $3. This was an offer to someone, so I paid $1.80 in shipping discounts. My earnings were $10.20. Still a profit, even though it's a small amount. It's still a profit, and it keeps things moving in my closet. I got a 5-star rating and a love note on this. So they said, "Great item, thank you for the fast shipping." And this one took 33 days to sell. So the next one is a One World lace hem knit pullover sweater. This also sold on October 18th. It was a $15 sale, so I also sent an offer on this one. I don't know if I think I might have mentioned it in the last video also that I'm trying to get rid of all of my plus size inventory just because they sit for way too long. You'll find out how long in just a second. But the Posh fee was $3. My shipping discount was $1.80, so I made $10.20, which is still a profit. And my rating, it was a 5-star rating on that one. This took, oh, well, this one says 70, but I must have relisted this one because it definitely sat more than 70 days. Next sale was on October 18th. It was a black wire decorative bird cage on stand, and it was for $15. This one was also an offer to someone, so I must have been sending a bunch of offers that day. So the fee was $3. My discount was $1.80 for shipping, and my earnings were $10.20. So again, another home item. Got a 5-star rating on this one, and it took 33 days to sell. So same amount of time as the artichoke salt and pepper shakers. The next sale was October 19th. This one was a Lululemon distressed zip-up jacket in a size 4, sold for $80. The fee was $16 for Poshmark. My earnings were $64 on this piece, and I got a 5-star rating. And that one took 165 days to sell. So, you know, people say, well, there's no, I don't know, season for items, and there definitely is. And now I'm learning that kind of the hard way. Sometimes I try to list swimwear in the winter and jackets in the summer, and it just doesn't work out for me, at least. So I'm learning that. I don't know, you guys might have a different opinion about that, and that's okay, because, you know, we just try what works, and hopefully it does actually. Try and see if it works. The next sale was on October 19th, the North Face dark gray pullover hoodie. I bought this when I went shopping with my great friend Fiona, and this sold for $25. It was an offer from someone, so the fee was $5 for this sale, so I earned $20 on that one, and this sold in 48 days. The next sale was a October 22nd sale, the Happy Planner cover and expander discs. I'm a very huge planner, so when I see like the Happy Planner items, I tend to grab them. This sold for $10. It was just a cover, the plastic covers and the little discs that keep them together. So sold for $10. It was an offer I sent out. So the fee was $2.95, and my discount was $1.80. So I didn't earn too much, $5.25, but I probably picked this up for maybe less than $1. I'm not really sure. I think this was in my home decor haul, the video that I had up. I can put the card up here if you want to see that. And I talk about how much I spent on each piece. So I got a 5-star rating with this one, and a love note. She said, just as described, thank you for the stickers. So I told her I would include some stickers with this, just because my good friend Fiona, who I always talk about, she gave me a ton of good stickers. So I had some old stickers that I originally had, so I just gave her a few of those that I'm not using, and she loved it. So, and that gave me a good love note. This one was one of my favorite items that I ever picked up, and I kind of wanted to keep them because I had them on my front entryway table and they just look really nice. This is a sale on October 22nd, a Leonard Manufacturing Co. solid brass pair of cranes, and they sold for $39. So in my metal decor restoring video, I don't know if that's the exact title, I'll link it up here though. These were the cranes that I restored. So they were ugly brassy color, and then when I restored them, they were kind of more of a golden color. I had the mama crane, which sold during the last video. I talked about how much that sold for, and these are the 2 baby cranes. So they sold for $39. It was an offer I sent out, so the fee was $7.80, and the discount I applied was $1.80 for shipping. So the earnings were $29.40, and I got a 5-star rating on that one. The next home decor piece, oh wait, the baby cranes took 37 days to sell. All right, so the next home decor piece that sold was October 22nd. It was a T41 porcelain teacup, no, T41 porcelain teapot cup and saucer. I originally had these for $27. I had them on closet clear out. A price reduction during closet clear out at $20, so she accepted that, and the fee was $4 for the sale. My earnings were $16, and I got a 4-star rating in this one. So if you didn't watch my last video, I talked about how lower ratings are real, and it happens to the best of us, and it's for a good reason, because, you know, it's just good feedback to help us grow. So that's how I look at it. I look at the positive in it. So this one, she said I could improve the item description. I'm glad, if I do get a lower rating, I'm grateful they give me a reason why, because I learned from it. So they said, while the item is beautiful and did arrive in excellent condition, it was a lot smaller than what it looked like in photos. It will look gorgeous as decoration, but it cannot be used for my personal use, which is what I originally purchased it for, which is a real shame because I had been following this item for quite some time. So I do feel for her, and what I should have done with that item is give measurements so she had a clear expectation of how big the item is. Although I do feel like you could use it as for personal use, but that's my own opinion. I haven't seen any larger T for one sets, but you know, obviously there are some out there because she was expecting to receive one. So, you know, learning for me, make sure you put the measurements in your home decor pieces as well. I try to, but sometimes I get really excited about listing them and I think, okay, I'll update them later. Ooh, my Posh cup. I'll update it later, but it doesn't always happen. So that's something I'm trying to get in the habit of, is making sure that my measurements are in there in the first place. Okay, so next sale was on October 28th. We're almost at the end. I didn't get very many sales for the month. October 28th, Current Elliott, the Muscle Tee Racer Stripe, sold for $25. I accepted an offer on this one just because it's kind of out of season right now that we're going into fall and winter. So the fee was $5. I earned $20 and the rating was a 5-star rating. The, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, the Tea for One took 42 days to sell. I don't know if I mentioned that. And this Current Elliott tank took 141 days to sell. I think it was just listed for too much and people weren't expecting to pay that much for a tank top. You know, I don't know. That's my thought process. So I did lower the price significantly and accept a lower price. So the next sale was on October 29th. This must have been closet clear out. I can tell by the icon on this. I used a little yellow tag emoji for closet clear out. And I put the original price, which was $99. I had it listed as for a Michael Kors white and gold Saffiano purse. I got this from a relative. She donated a bunch of items to me because she knows I have my goal in place to sell or to pay off my debt. So I'm selling to pay off debt, and she wanted to help me out, so she gave me this. I had it listed as $99 during closet clear out. I kept reducing the prices. Eventually it came down to $48 when it was snatched up. So the Poshmark fee was $9.60. The earnings were $38.40. I got a 5-star rating on this one and a love note. She said she loved it. Thank you so much for getting it here so quickly. So this one took 163 days to sell, which is why I let it go for $48. It was missing the larger crossbody strap, and it had a little stain on the zipper. So I figured I'll just let it go and put more room or make more room available for any other new inventory. So, and it was all profit. I didn't spend anything on that. So $38.40 in total profit. Okay, so the totals for the month, let's talk about those. So I had 37 items that sold, which is a good number. It took an average of 130 days to sell. So again, that tells me that I need to start relisting items a little bit more. And out of those 37 items, I sent offers to likers for 9 of them that were accepted from buyers. So I spent $16.20 on shipping discounts for the month. The rest of the sales were, for the most part, offers from people. So most of the sales are offers from people. I had 1 out of the entire 37 that was just a full price sale. And so that does tell me, again, like I discussed in my last video, that I might need to start considering different pricing for my items so that people will just buy it up front, or, you know, continue to send me offers. So right now the majority of my customers are sending me offers, which is always a good thing because I don't spend that much in shipping discounts. So the total that people spent in my closet was $912. After Poshmark fees and shipping discounts, my total earnings for the month is $709.60. Definitely a lower number than my norm. So my average earnings per item was $19.18, which is lower than my normal $25 per item. So the reason, though, that it has been happening, I think a couple things. One, I was running a 3 for $30 sale. That always brings down your average earnings because the amount that people are spending on your item is about $10. So that always brings it down. Also, the total amount of sales in general has slowed just because I'm focusing more on the family, and rather than spending more time on my reselling business. So I'm not listing as often as I normally am. I'm not sending out offers as I normally am. So everything that I was trending for throughout the beginning of the year has definitely shifted a lot. During the month of October, I had Posh Fest, I had my birthday, I want to spend more time with the family. So there's just a lot of impacts, and I'm okay with all of that because I do need to slow down, especially for the holidays, you know, be there with family, enjoy the moment, and just make more memories as my kids are little. So that's the reason that I feel like it impacted me. I've never called myself a power seller. I'm just someone who's, I think, more of an average seller, and someone who wants to share tips and tricks as I learn them. Okay, speaking of helping you, let's go over to my computer so I can show you the Poshmark Sales Report and the few little formulas that you can use to gather all the same data that I'm sharing with you in this video. Okay, to access your sales report, you go to your profile icon, click on My Sales, and go to My Sales Report. You can enter a custom range here. I always choose a few dates before and after the targeted date range just because Poshmark doesn't show you your sales until you get the earnings from those sales, so that can be a few days after your target date range, just depending on when the buyer accepts your order. You'll select email report, you'll get an email with a link to confirm that's what you want, and also a little pop-up will come up here on your browser once you come back to Poshmark. That's where you'll open up your sales report that looks like this. So this is your sales report, and basically some things look a little jumbled up, so don't worry. It's just saying that the columns are too small to hold or show all the information in there, so you'll just reorder your items. So as I mentioned, I always select a few days before and after my targeted date range, so I have to get rid of that first before I start putting in my formulas. So I'll highlight this row here and go to the top ribbon and look for the sort and filter option. So I want to filter these fields, so I'm just going to put them in bold. So Control B is for bold, just so I can distinguish between what's actually data and the headers here. So I always put my order dates from oldest to newest, because even though it looks like it's organized, it's not. So if you can see, October 2nd is up here, September 30th, September 29th, it's all jumbled. So I always do oldest to newest, and then I can delete the rows I don't want. So I don't want these rows here, all the way down here. So I'm going to delete 13, just left click and drag down to 33 and let go. Right click now, and I can delete those fields. Okay, so now we can get into the formulas that I'm going to use. So we actually do have a couple new columns that we got with the new features that came to Poshmark. So we got the SKU column here in column C, and the cost price, which I'm not using right now. I still haven't decided how I'm going to use those private listing fields that came to Poshmark, so I'll figure that out. So right now it's empty, so I'm going to rename SKU to days to sell, because I'm going to want to know the number of days to sell. To do that, I just start with the equal sign. I'm telling the worksheet, tell me what the difference is between column B and column A. So I start with an equal sign, and I just click into column B. So this day, I need to know the difference. So difference would be a minus sign. And column A, so you'll see those little highlights that come around. It's recognizing the data you want to get the difference between, and all I do is press the enter sign, and that's it. So I'll do that one more time with the next one. So push the equal sign, click on column B, minus column A, so that's the difference between those two dates. Press enter, and there I go. So you can keep going through every single row, or you can just highlight over one of these fields where you already have the formula, and you'll notice a little square on the bottom right side of that cell, and when you hover over it, a little cross appears. So when that cross appears, you can double click on it, and it will execute that same formula down the column until it ends. So it's a very smart formula to use, or smart feature you can use, so you don't have to keep going through every single row to get that. Now if you want to know your average of your days to sell, like I did, you can go into this row, and again, always starting with a equal sign. So I want to know the average, so I just start typing that out, average, and an open parentheses tells me I need the date range, or the criteria, or the cell range. So I'm just going to highlight over this column's data. So just highlight all over the information you want the average over. Close that parentheses, press enter, and there's my average days to sell, 130 days to sell. A little too long, so I need to do something about that. Now, what if you need to know, these totals here are not based on formulas, it's based on your sales report. I'm going to exit that out because that was including some September data. Don't want that. So to get an accurate number of my sales for October, I need to know the sum of this column. So this is my order price, so what my customer spent. So if I do the equal sign and I want to know the sum, so if I just type in SUM, sum, open that parentheses, again, just highlight the range that I want it to get the sum from. Close that parentheses, press enter, and it's telling me my customer spent $912 in my closet. You can do the same thing to take this formula across, so it doesn't just go up and down, you can do across. So I'm going to just drag it across, and now I have the sum for this seller shipping discount as well as the net earnings. So my cost or my earnings after any shipping costs. Control B for bold. So those are, again, just some simple formulas. So equals sum, and also equals average, and equals one cell minus another cell. So those will be in the description for you as well. I'm going to take it a couple steps further. I just want to know how many offers were sent to my customer, or how many offers did I accept. Basically, how many offers did I get? So this is here, this column M is your offer order, so it tells you if the order was based off an offer, whether it was from a buyer to you or a offer you sent to a customer. So I need the sum, so equals, actually I don't want the sum because these aren't numbers, right? So I can't get the sum from these numbers, but I can ask Excel to give me a count of any cells that say Y. So to do that, I just say COUNT if, so count if these columns here, any row within this column, so the range here, so put a comma, start a quote here, anything that says Y, close my parentheses, and it says 36 of your orders were offer orders. So either it could have been an offer from someone or an offer to a buyer. So I don't know how many of those are actually offers I sent out. So if I want to know that, I basically just do the same formula for the seller shipping discount. So I'm just going to say equals in another column. I don't have to be right in that column. I'm just going to put it here. So equals count if, open parentheses, this range, comma, and if you can guess, I want it to tell me how many of these rows say $1.80. Close the parentheses, press enter, and it says 9. So although 36 orders were offer orders, only 9 of them are offers I sent to a customer that were accepted. So that's why I only paid $16.20. So those are some simple formulas that you can use to try to get a better idea of the data, use that data to sell. There are ways to find trends if you do this every single month. And if you have any questions about anything that I just went over, if you need another video to go into more detail, let me know in the comments down below, but I'll put the formulas in the description for you. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope that you learned a lot of information that will help you utilize your sales report. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any ideas for upcoming videos, definitely leave them in the comments below as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button for this video. And until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful sales week and lots of sales days ahead.